Okay. While I was fixing this wing here, I realized that I messed up not only the wing, but I messed up because the placement of the wing parts is wrong. And then I realized how I had done it the first angel I made. And so I will still finish this angel on my own, but I'm going to start again and do it properly to show you. So I've decided that since it looks like I'm going to be making more angels than I anticipated to make, I'm going to make myself a template for out of a cereal box. So this is what it's supposed to look like. I was supposed to make the head so that I'd know where to put the neck, and so that and this way, if I have the template with the head on it, then I have a better idea where to place it. So see, I made this one, so now I have a better idea where to place it when I come to the middle. Yeah, I'm very bad at judging things, but I'm going to say that's close enough to the middle. So okay. So yeah, now I come to do this. I know where to place it, and so it'll work better. Because if you don't do it, if you don't have your head placement, then as part of your template, then this happens, and I don't know if I'll be able to show you properly. But you see, here it's a nice little cascade-like thing, and here too, but it's not as good. And I haven't fixed this side yet, so it's still too high up. Yeah, it doesn't match this one anymore. Like I said, I'm still gonna finish this one, and yeah. Okay, so I'll show you how to do it properly. There we go. Oh, I have the wrong side of it because it was going through the holes. I'm just having one of those days today. It could be worse, but it's very frustrating. Okay, so it is basically the same. So I'm not going to show you again for the whole thing. It's basically the same thing. It's just that your template has to include the head for each piece so that you'll know where to place it. So okay, so I'll show you one more and then I'll just do it. Right, we don't have to. Okay. Oh, right, I wanted to put it down lower. That's okay, you won't see this side anyway, so I want it to start here. Okay, so probably won't be able to see. Yeah, I guess you can a little bit. Okay, so at the neck, I try to leave it pretty much the way it is. So I'll follow this outside line. This one right here. And then go from there for the wing. And I'm going to make myself a template for each section of the wing that I make, just to make it easier next time I end up making one of these, just in case I do end up making more. So then you just cut that out. You can use scissors for this, but that would be really hard to maneuver, and yeah, this X-Acto knife just makes it a lot easier. Right, forgot to do the scrap paper. Actually, I don't need it, because I can trace this right onto my cardboard as soon as I figure out what I did with it. Is this one big enough? Oh wow, yes it is. Okay. So I'm just going to use the scissors to cut this out. Okay, and this here shows me where to put it, because I line it up with the head and then it places it at the same place as I placed it there, and it makes the head fuller and better. So okay, so I'm just gonna finish this and then I'll be back. Okay, so it actually ended up being easier with the template because I could make a template. I could do the whole wing. I could do each page and then go to the middle and do it. and do this after, which is how I did it. And so that worked out easier, and so I think it was a good idea to make myself a stencil, a template. So I had, and I marked them. I don't think it was really necessary to mark them because they're pretty obvious, but just to make it easier, just because I marked them. So 4, 5, and 6, and like I said, with the head, it's easier to place it properly so that both wings are a matching set. And this actually looks kind of neat. So I mean, this could be wings for other projects too. So yeah, that was a good idea in my opinion to make that. So yeah. So yeah, using the template to match up with the head, it places it at the same place as you did on this one. So also, now that the wing is there and your neck is there, it's easier to know where to place your triangle, your rectangle, I mean, for your sleeve, because you just use that as your guideline. And so, yeah. I think that'll be thick enough. Okay, so remember, you want to cut this first one on both lines, but then from here on, and you don't need to use a ruler unless you're a perfectionist like that. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I was supposed to trace the head part here. So that I could cut that along too. Okay, there. I suppose I could make myself a template for the sleeve too. Might as well, and call that number 7. I will. But anyway, well, yeah, I will, and then that way I can make it easier on myself. Yeah, much easier when you have a template to use. Okie doke. Now, I'm going to place my cutting mat so that I don't accidentally cut through and ruin these guys, especially now that I finally have them correctly. At least I think I do. To reinforce here where I accidentally cut to the edge where I wasn't supposed to, I'm just going to put a little tape on the back side, the side that doesn't show, just to make it stronger. So if you have bits like that, you can do that. And so if you have accidental tears on your wing tips or something like that, you can do that. Okay, so now I trace there and then cut. And eventually it'll be thick enough that I won't have to trace. I can just use, it'll be cut down deep enough that I won't need to trace anymore, because I can use this as the good part. Actually, it's already okay to use that as my guideline. So this part, I'm just gonna turn the camera off and I'll show you when I am done, because it's exactly the same as I was doing before I realized my mistake. So, okay, there you go. Okay, just a quick note. I realized that I needed to know where to do this cut again when I got to the other side of the angel wing. Oh, and here, look, I need to reinforce that again. Okay, but, yeah, I made myself that template for the sleeve, and so I can just use that, and so that's a lot easier. So all I need is the head and the top part where that is. So yes, I recommend that you make yourself the templates when you're doing the front part of the wings. Well, that wing. Make yourself templates as you go along, and then you can just come back and do it after, and it comes in handy. It's good. So yeah. So now I can just I think I'm going to use a metal ruler just for at least the first cut or two, just to make it easier. Okay, I'll be back once I'm done cutting. Okay, so you see here, that's big mess. And so yeah, if you make these, be prepared for that to happen. I guess I should have prepared a bit better than I did. Right, and the other thing that I wanted to show you is that if you have some stuff like that on here, and it's kind of static cling like, and it doesn't want to come off very easily, you can use a used dryer sheet, and it helps to get it off when you're brushing it off into your recycle bin. Okay, once you're done cutting, you should have something that looks kind of like this. Okay? Something along these lines. Yours will probably be better, cut better, because you'll probably be more careful and stuff. I just went through it real quick and didn't really make it even and everything like I should have, but anyway, there you go. So, okay, so looks kind of like that, and then at the middle it looks like that, And next, you start folding. So you don't go right to the end because you want to have the neck part. So fold it over. Basically where the, at least in this book, it might be different in other books, but anyway, fold it in a triangle like that, and you have to keep pushing your wings and sleeve out of your way, so this is a little bit tricky. Then you fold it, you want to overlap a little bit, you want to fold it up like that, so that you have a little, yeah, and it's okay if they're not exactly even, because that just helps to make the the wavy part of the skirt. And then after you've done that, you fold it to the center, to the spine. Okay? So you do that. So, triangle, a little bit over so that you have a little lip there, and then to the spine. Okay, and like I said, it's okay if they don't match exactly. But if you want to have them match exactly, what could you do? You could use one of your book pages that you took out, the ones that are in full. Okay, I'm just gonna tear this one out to show you. Oh, I should have torn that one out because it... Anyway, okay, so normally I would take that one out, but yeah, I think I'm going to. And so actually, there's my template right there. Okay, so if you want to have them so they're pretty much the same, you can use this as your guideline. So you unfold it and then fold over it. Yeah, that might not work either. Right. You unfold it, and then it gives you your guideline. And remove it, and then fold where you had your guidelines, and then fold to the center, and then they should all be pretty much the same. But for me, that's too much extra. I'm not going to be doing it that way. I'm just going to do it, and it doesn't... I think it enhances it if it's not exact. And if it's not perfect or exact here at the neck, it also enhances and makes it makes it look like the ruffle at the neck. So that's kind of neat too, how it makes that happen. So I make some purposely high and purposely low on purpose. Well, yeah, on purpose, because it's purposely. So, so you just do this for the entire book. Removing sheets that don't have a lot of text, and you just keep going. So I'll be back when I'm done, or when I reach the other wing there. I'll come back. So I know I said I wouldn't be back until I was at the other wing, and I still have a ways to go, but it's kind of neat to watch her come to life. You can already start to see her forming. And so I thought I'd show you that. It's just neat. So yes, if you make one, it's fun to watch that happen. And in my opinion, this is the best part of the whole project. And there you go. So best and easiest, I think, part. Okay, so I've just noticed that there's another. I messed up again. The head is too big. I should have used the smaller circle in my template. So I used this one, but I should have used this one, and that way it would have been higher up on the page, and so the dress would have been longer and it would look better. It would look more proportional. So it looks like I will have to make this set of templates again if I want to make good angels. But I'm going to still keep going with this one. And so yeah. And I'm almost there at the wing. You still want to fold the rest of the book, and it's still basically the same thing, but I just wanted to show you the progress. And now it gets tricky, and it's easy to get the feathers of the wings caught up and stuff, so you gotta try not to rip them up too badly and things like that. But you just do the best you can, and yes, it's getting like really tricky. And just right here is the worst. So the second half is actually really tough to fold, but it's doable. So yes, if I had done it correctly, no, that one's got two. Gotta do that one in reverse because it's too much white space. And I always confuse myself when I'm trying to do it in the opposite direction. Oh, that's good enough. It'll just be a ruffle. So okay, so yeah, just do what you can. And if I had done it properly, then we would have something that looks more like this. Okay, so her dress would be longer and it just would look better. But like I said, I'll keep working on this one anyway. Yeah. Okay, so once you get a few folded behind the wing, it helps. It's a little bit easier. It helps to hold the wing out of your way a little bit, and so yeah. But it's still a little bit of a challenge. Okay, so I'm almost there. But it's getting tougher and tougher to get these folds done. But I will get there. I hope. Guess my wings are okay, not too badly damaged. Okay, last one. Whew. Okay, now you will notice that on one side of her head there's a bit of a weird gap and stuff. But that's okay because you're going to hide that with her hair. So, yeah, don't worry about that. Next up, I will roll her sleeves. It's pretty easy and straightforward. You just roll them like that, see? Okay, and on my first one, I had glued it with hot glue, but this time I'm going to see if I can just put a piece of tape in there on the inside. Okay, doesn't want to cooperate. It's easier to do it with the glue. So I'm going to heat up the glue gun, and while that's working, I'm going to take a few of the sheets that I tore out of the book, and I'm just going to cut little strips. They don't have to be even, they don't have to look good. They're just very thin strips. If you want it to be more perfect, by all means measure and do maybe like 1 millimeter or something like that. And just, anyway, I'm just cutting a whole bunch. This is going to be her hair. I'm gonna say that's good. It's probably more than enough. Okay, and you can grab like 2 or 3 strips and curl it like that. And just do that to a bunch of them. Just a few at a time. And again, doesn't have to be perfect. Check on the glue gun. Almost, but not quite. Okay, so I'd like to have more with actual text on it. They don't even have to be the same length or anything like that. Okay, the glue gun should be ready. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just rolling it. And I'm going to put a dab of glue on the inside just to pinch and hold it in place. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same to the other side. For her other sleeve. And a dab of glue inside there. Okay, and if you don't like where it lands when it's like that, you can just kind of add more glue and roll it back onto itself. You have to hold it for a second while it dries. Okay, while the glue is hot, I'm going to unplug it though because it's got enough heat. And so, but while the glue is hot, I'm going to start placing her hair. So you just basically put a dab of glue. Well, okay, there's more than a dab. You put some glue on top of her head and put the pieces of hair, and it looks kind of funny at first. I'm going to put that one as her front curl here. And yeah, it looks funny, but just keep doing it. Just keep adding them. And yeah, just put them where you think, and put as many as you like hide holes and gaps and things like that with it. I'll be back once I have that done. Okay, so I'm gonna say that's good enough for right now. Isn't that just fun though? But for at this stage, I'm gonna say that's good. And so what I do now is just kind of flatten some of those. And so to do that, I just put another dab of glue here and there and glue the hair closer to her head. And so as you can see, that makes it a little less crazy. Although I'm tempted to leave one with the crazy hair because it's kind of adorable. I keep thinking there's a story behind it, but I don't know what that story is. That one lost its curl. There we go. It's better. Okay. One more here. And okay, next, what I do is to make that a little bit nicer looking. Grab a piece, like this, make it so that, cut the non-text part away, and make strips, but not all the way up, so that they still stay in one piece. Okay, curl them, and when you're doing this, it's possible that one or two of them will rip. That's okay. See, like that. So it's okay if it rips. Do them one at a time or all together. Okay, you don't want to rip all of them, but anyway. Okay, and then I'm going to glue that there like that, and then I might glue a couple more pieces like this to hide other places like that. So I'll be back once I've got that done. Okay, so you can fuss as much or as little as you like with the hair. This is what I have so far. I'm going to put one more right there. Right there. And maybe make it go stay down a little bit. Okay. I think actually that I want one more. The strings from the glue are driving me crazy. But anyway. Okay, I think I'm gonna use this one. Okay, put just a little bit more right there. Now, for her hands, if you want to include them, she looks okay without them. But if you want to include the hands, oh, I need to make that stay a bit closer to her. Okay. So get a couple of those pieces of the book that you put aside, and you want to make like a mitten type shape. Not too big, and you want a long, like her arm type thing, so that you can stick that part inside. So I have like 2 sheets folded a couple of times. So folded and folded again. And then I'm just going to cut that out. Okay. So so you have a piece that looks like that. And okay, and then make yourself another one. Use this one as a template. You can use the same piece of paper if you left yourself enough room. So yeah, you just do that again. On it. Okay, and then you put the thumbs like that. And you will stick it thumb up, something like that. So I'm going to put the glue right there. And stick it in like that. So I did this a bit differently this time, but I think that's okay. I want them to stay together better, so I'm going to sandwich them a bit better together. Oh, there we go. Okay, then I'm going to do the same to the other side, of course. Where did I put? There it is. This. Okay, now you should have something that looks kind of like that. And I am going to sort of roll the wings a little bit towards her. Just it's not the easiest thing to do. It's kind of fiddly. Good. Okay. And that just helps to make it look like her wings are kind of sheltering her or something like that. This one doesn't want to do it. There, that's better. Okay, and I'm going to kind of fluff some of the feathers also. I'm going to use a pencil to kind of roll little bits of them onto. Just to make them look a little bit more 3D or something. Okay. And now, of course, there's the halo left to do. Now the halo, all I had done was to take a sheet. I don't want to use that one because I want that number. Okay, so I took a sheet and I just kept folding it over and over again. I would have rolled it, but the paper didn't want to cooperate with me, so gave up trying that. Okay. And then glue it together. So while it's heating up again, I'm going to remove some of it because it's kind of too thick. There, that's better. Maybe trim it so that it doesn't look quite so raggy. Okay, I think it might cooperate this time if it'll stick to stuff other than the can. Okay, now I have that, and then of course I just rolled it. And glued it together. You can decide what size you want it to be. So then just glue it. And then I'm going to make another one like this, and I'm going to try to make it a little bit thinner if I can. That's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to try. Okay, that should be enough. So as you can see, it's kind of fiddly and fussy and doesn't always want to cooperate and stuff like that, but the details are what makes it good, of course. And so there you go. Okay, so then I am going to just stick it on like that. So I'm going to put a dab of glue there and put it on. And then another dab of glue. And fold it over. There you go. And then decide how tall I want it to be. No? Okay. So that's how long I want it. About there. But don't cut it right there. Leave yourself a little bit so that you can glue that down there. Put a dab of glue on her head. Put it down. And why? All right. I had to do what I just did and then fold it onto itself again. And then now and then again, it's like an accordion. Once again, my glue's drying. I mean, is getting colder. Okay, now another piece of hair is going to make that cooperate even better. So another piece with the text bits here and the strands. Maybe, yeah, I think I'm going to do it on both sides. You can go away. Okay, and then you kind of wrap it around it there. That helps to hold it and helps to hide the ugly. And so you glue that in place. I need to reheat the gun. Okay, then fix the hair you just put on. and there you have it, a finished angel.